Welcome back to Top Dog Tips. Thanks for joining us. Today I'm going to answer the question, what should you do if your dog eats a diaper? So if you're a new parent and a pet owner, you've probably heard the saying, messy homes, happy hearts. And part of having a messy home is accidents, including your dog getting his paws on some baby items that he shouldn't. Our dogs don't know better, and eating gross things like diapers is not uncommon. You'll be surprised how many dog owners have had this same issue. Now, if you're still in that gray area where you're figuring out what to feel and do after your dog ate a diaper, my advice is don't panic, but act fast. You'll learn why in this video. I'm going to be covering why diapers are so dangerous when eaten, symptoms you should look out for, what to expect from your vet, why dogs eat diapers, and how to prevent this from happening again. Let's get to it. Your dog ate a diaper, what happens next? Diapers contain absorbent chemicals that expand when they come into contact with liquid. Fortunately, according to the Pet Poison Helpline, they likely won't poison your dog. But because these chemicals expand, they can absorb acid and other liquids in the dog's stomach when ingested. This means that it could cause blockages in their gastrointestinal tract, which obviously could become a big problem, and it could also be fatal if not treated quickly. But apart from these absorbent crystals, disposable diapers also contain many other chemicals that are bad for your dog's health, even bad for humans. Possible complications that might happen if your dog eats a diaper could be intestinal blockage, as I mentioned, which could be life-threatening, an abrasion in the GI tract, dehydration, upset stomach or abdominal pain, hacking sounds, vomiting, diarrhea, decreased appetite, lethargy, difficulty in passing stool, increased gas, and other symptoms that you need to be on the lookout for. Now, eating an unused diaper is one thing, eating a used diaper, poop and all, is another. It's gross, I know, but you know how some dogs eat their poop? Yep, the naughty ones can also be interested in baby poop. So what happens if your dog ingests a used diaper filled with urine or feces? Not only would you have to worry about the absorbent chemicals, but also the bacteria found in the baby's stool. This can lead to vomiting, diarrhea, and other diseases that are generally not good for your dog's health. Now, I've had people ask about reusable diapers. Surely our dogs won't take much interest in those, right? Not true. Wrong. Some dogs also eat or try to eat those cloth diapers that are eco-friendly that a lot of moms are getting into using now. If your dog's a heavy chewer, chances are they can rip those reusable diapers apart. They might be able to swallow a piece, and because reusable diapers are made of cloth, that cloth can block and damage their throat or intestines. You also have to consider if your baby uses diaper rash cream. Most of those creams contain zinc, which can be toxic to our pets. Although your dog won't likely ingest much of it, as the diaper may only be smeared with the cream, it's still best to mention to your vet that you're using the cream. And if you have the tube with you, it'd be even better if you could bring it in with you so your vet can see all of the ingredients. What should you do? First thing, as I said, act fast. As I mentioned, you don't have to panic if your dog eats a diaper, but what you have to do is act quickly. Call your veterinarian immediately. As soon as you suspect or witness your dog eating a diaper, whether it's used or unused, call your vet. If there's a way to do first aid, like inducing vomiting, your vet will guide you through it. But if the diaper pieces have already made their way into your dog's gut, the next thing to do is bring him to the vet. Don't wait for all of the obvious signs before going to the clinic. Those won't show up for the next probably 24 to 72 hours. This 24 to 72 hour period is crucial. Also, do your best to take note of the circumstances around your dog eating the diaper. Your vet might ask you questions like, what type of diaper was eaten? Was it disposable or reusable? Was it used or unused? How long ago was it eaten? How big was the diaper and how much was eaten? Does your dog show any signs of issues like vomiting or diarrhea, other complications that I've discussed previously in this video? Make sure to spare no details answering these questions so your vet knows the best thing to do next. Let's talk about some of the things that you can expect your vet to do in this situation. First, they'll take all necessary tests to know the proper course of action. The first thing they'll want to do is a diagnosis. They'll do an oral exam to help diagnose the issue. This is to check if the blockage is in your dog's throat or if it's still far up and can be removed from that end. If 24 hours or more have passed since the incident, the material may be near your dog's rectum. In this case, a rectal exam might be done. Your vet may do this especially if you observed and reported your dog's difficulty in passing stool. The best thing to do would be imaging testing like x-rays, an ultrasound, or an endoscopy. That will help your vet accurately picture where the blockage is already. These tests may also help your vet see how big of a piece your dog swallowed and therefore decide the most appropriate treatment to do. Blood work may also be done to see if the ingested diaper did anything to affect affect your dog's overall health. Depending on how far along the diaper is lodged in your dog's GI tract, your vet will decide whether to go the non-surgical or the surgical route. Inducing vomiting is probably the easiest way to go about it, but that's only going to be possible if your dog ate the diaper less than 4 hours ago. They can do this in several ways. Some vets inject apomorphine, while others administer a 3% hydrogen peroxide solution orally. Don't do this at home without your vet's guidance. If your dog can vomit the diaper contents, this should be the only treatment that he needs. But if not, your vet may try to expel the diaper in your dog's stomach through the other end. Along with strict monitoring, your dog may be given laxatives to help the foreign object pass independently. That is, if your vet decides it's likely to do so without causing damage to your dog's intestines, or if the material is already far down in the GI tract. At this point, your dog might need IV fluids to keep him from being too dehydrated and an x-ray every few hours to track the progress of the blockage. Another option your vet can do is endoscopic removal. Here, they'll insert a thin camera tube down your dog's throat and use specialized equipment to remove any blockages that they see. However, not all veterinary clinics have this capacity. If yours doesn't, but they deem this a possible and necessary treatment, they might refer you to another facility or an emergency facility in your area. I do hope these procedures work because the next and final option you'll have to treat your dog is through surgery. In intestinal blockage surgery, the vet can remove the foreign object completely and repair any damage it's caused inside your dog's body. As you would imagine, this is a major procedure requiring anesthesia. This means recovery will also take a while. Ideally, it will be for a couple of days in the hospital to prevent any complications. Now we know what to do if your dog eats a diaper, but why do they eat them in the first place? Why do some dogs eat things that they shouldn't? This is an age-old question. We all know that dogs are descended from wolves, which are a scavenging predator. Our canine companions, however adorable they may be, still have this inclination to scavenge as part of their survival instinct. Today, our dogs still have the same instinct to scavenge, especially in their puppyhood years. They're curious creatures after all, but with proper training, they should be able to outgrow it. Apart from their scavenging DNA, there are other explanations for dogs eating diapers as well. Now, before you go, I just want to remind you that the best thing to always remember when your dog eats something he shouldn't have is not to panic. Panicking clouds our judgment and affects our decision making. My advice is to visit your vet immediately instead of waiting around to see if your dog will have a negative reaction from eating the diaper. And of course, ensure the incident won't happen again by doing the preventative steps that I discussed. Did something similar happen to your dog in the past? Has your dog eaten a diaper? Do you have firsthand experience with this? Make sure to share that experience in the comment section below to help other pet parents. You can also check out our extensive article on this subject on our website at topdogtips.com. If you learned something from this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends, family, and fellow pet owners. If you liked this video, you can also subscribe to our channel to stay up to date with all the tips and tricks that we share for pet parents and pet lovers. You can also subscribe to our email newsletter for daily tips and tricks in raising healthy, happy dogs. Thanks for watching.